What question do adults just love to ask? Right after they ask you your name and your grade, what question do adults love to ask young people? Let's all say it together on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. What do you want to be when you grow up? I'm sorry, did we say the same thing at the same time, or did you say something else? Okay, awkward. But why do you think they ask that? I'll tell you. It's because some of them are looking for good ideas. Oh, you want to do that? Oh, I'll be that too, because I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Some of them. But most of them, though, it's just a conversation starter. Except for when you don't know what it is that you want to do, and then it's a conversation killer. While inside, you're yelling, I don't know what I want to do, lady, leave me alone. Outside, you're just standing there, staring, while they're looking at you, waiting and staring. Awkward. But I'll tell you what's worse than that. It's when you tell them what you want to do, and they just pet you on the head like, that's cute. Are you just repeating what you heard somebody else say? Like, I can't be an engineer? Until they ask, do you know what being an engineer entails? And then it's like, well, no worries. How to pick a career and be confident that it's the right career for you, coming up next. Hi, you're watching Journey with Jordana. Come on in, take a seat on the counseling couch, take out a pen and a piece of paper, because we're having a pop quiz. Subject, you. Question number 1. What skills do you have? What are your strengths? What are your strengths, meaning what are you good at? What makes you a good fill in the blank? Teammate, friend, student. What excites you and feeds your fire? In other words, what captures your attention? What's your personality type? Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Creative or logical? Do you make your decisions based on feelings or facts? What kind of job environment and tasks allow you to shine? What are your life goals and which life events have been most meaningful to you and why? What are your values, meaning what's most important to you? What motivates you? Now, not just what you say, but what you actually prefer to choose. For example, would you prefer money or a sincere compliment? Which one motivates you? Okay, so I totally didn't give you enough time to answer all of those questions, and they probably felt a bit invasive. But do you sense a theme? They're all getting to know you questions. And that's because the first step in picking a career is getting to know yourself. You have to know what you like, and usually you like what you know. But if you don't know what you like, then you won't like what you pick. Fortunately, getting to know yourself isn't that complicated. So how do you get to know yourself? There's some tests that you can take online that can help you find answers to all the questions I asked you and some more. And then what's really neat is they suggest to you some careers based on your results. I've posted some of the assessments below, but I have to give you a disclaimer. When my mom was a teen and she took this test, they told her that she should be a nun. Anybody see a problem with that? Obviously, they weren't so right. So you have to take the information with a grain of salt. It's mostly to get your mind thinking about some possibilities. Another way to get to know yourself is to go to proclivity.com. They have 29 questions that you can either just think about and reflect on by yourself, or you can journal and answer. You can also talk to some of the people in your life that know you best. Ask them for some feedback. Ask them what they see in you. Just remember, that's not the whole picture. You are so much more than what one person may see in you. Keeping a diary is another great way to get to know yourself. As you read back on it, you'll have a better idea of your priorities, your interests, your character, and more. Another incentive to get to know yourself better is that the most dateable and confident people are often people who know themselves very well. Breathe, girl, breathe. Oh. Hey, Cindy. No, he's not here yet. I'm just getting out my second date jitters. Just a little. I mean, I still can't believe that we're going out. I mean, he's the cutest guy in school. Captain of the track team with killer pole vaulting skills. Plus, he's so experienced. I mean, he's seen the world. And then there's me. Totally sheltered, inexperienced, with unmanageable hair. But then again, I'm pretty cute. I'm smart. I'm funny. I'm really patient, resourceful, and resilient. Come to think of it, he's lucky to have me. I hope he recognizes me with this haircut. Oh, hold on a second. That's him on the other line. Oh, hi, Sean. Yeah, I thought that was your car I heard beeping outside. Listen, I'm gonna need you to come up and get me. Again. Oh, and by the way, I cut my hair. Alright, can't wait to see you too. Kisses. Hey Cindy, that's Sean, he's here. I told him he's gonna have to come up and get me again. Yes, again. I'm worth it, girl. Alright, talk to you later.
Rapunzel, your date is here.
Thanks, Dad. That was quick. It's easier to admit your flaws when you know that the rest of you is all beauty and strength. Then you can look at yourself and see the things that you're good at and the areas that you need to grow in, as opposed to looking at yourself as the things you like about yourself and the things you're embarrassed of, or the parts of yourself you don't like. People who know themselves are less likely to take nonsense from other people. Sometimes we accept other people treating us badly because deep down we think to ourselves, I'm not sure there's anybody else who would like me. It's like the title of a life-changing book that my mom read when she was a teen and then gave me as a teen to read as well. It's called Why Am I Afraid to Show You Who I Am? And the answer is, because if I do, I'm afraid you might not like me. Nobody wants to be rejected. But getting to know yourself means you get to like yourself first before you hope anyone else does. There's some things you already know about yourself, but there are a whole host of other things that you have yet to learn and that you'll learn as a result of your experiences. And so that brings us to step number 2. Explore. Take advantage of every positive opportunity to try new things, meet new people, and go new places. Take interesting workshops and classes. Never heard of that topic? Not sure if that's really your thing? There's only one way to find out. Explore. You can't really know yourself apart from others. In psychology, we talk about something called Johari's window. There's some things about you that nobody else knows but you know. There's some things that you know and everybody else knows. Then there's some things about you that you don't know, but other people know. And then lastly, there's some things that nobody knows and you don't know either. But I want to talk to you about the things that you don't know, but other people know. Sometimes we can esteem ourselves very highly when we're by ourselves. It's only when we're mixing with other people and then we get into kinds of situations that reveal parts about ourselves that we're not aware of. And that's usually when somebody comes and they give us some feedback like, I noticed you're this, or I noticed you're that. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's an area for growth. But the only way for you to get that advice and to get that information about where you might need to grow would be if you placed yourself in positions where you could learn and grow. I've noticed that your lips are always overdrawn. Like 75% of your face is just lips. Really? It looks bad? Harsh. She looks great. I mean, have you ever heard of lip filler? Her look is trending. Really? Do I look like that? Let me see. Actually, wait. Yeah, you do. And you know what? It's a good thing you're wearing waterproof mascara because clearly you're swimming in denial. Face it, your lips are a mess and you're a mess. Why do I even try? Wow. Angry much? What kind of monster are you? Who talks to someone like that? Angry? Me? I'm not an angry person. I'm a realist who's been incredibly terrible. Right. Lips? I've got a mouth problem. I can't keep it shut. I'm so negative. I'm toxic. And I know why. It's because I'm self-centered. It's because I'm self-centered. Remember last week? Whoa, this is not about you and your mouth. This is about her and some lipstick. You must be so embarrassed. Everyone must think you're neurotic and you're inconsiderate and ugly and loud. Did anyone hear us? Did anyone hear you? Did anyone hear me? Did anyone hear me?
Who are you talking to? Are you ready to go?
No. I'm sorry. I just can't seem to finish putting on my makeup.
You look fine. And when I say fine, I mean fine.
Thank you. I think I need to get out and talk to some other people. You mean other than me? And me? And me? And me. Yeah. So find a few activities you can put yourself in a safe place where you can learn some new skills and interact with other people, like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, a key club, maybe your local YMCA. You can even go to summer camp. And lastly, explore careers. Every 2 years, the U.S. Department of Labor Statistics puts out an occupational handbook that lists in it the responsibilities, the education, the training, the pay, and the growth rates of hundreds of jobs. The U.S. Department of Labor has a website. Look up careers. You can also go to your local library. You can do website searches for things like dream jobs, or if you want to get really creative, look for obscure careers. Put in a search and see what turns up. If there's a company you like and you constantly use their products, you can even go to their website. And if you go all the way to the bottom, usually you can find out information about employment. You can see what kind of career opportunities are available. You never know. You can interview people in different fields. Every time you see someone new, how about turning the tables around? You ask all the adults in your life, what do you do? How did you get into that? How long have you been doing that? What would I have to do if I were interested in that? Can I come to work with you? Which brings us to the idea of shadowing. You can ask someone if you can shadow them for a day and see what a day is like in their life doing their job. You can ask if you can intern during the summer or during a school break. Once you've narrowed down your list, you can even ask someone to mentor you, someone who's working in the field that you want to work in. You can model your career after them, ask them for advice about how to move from one step to the next step. Of course, your counselor should be your first resource in terms of finding out if there are any shadowing programs, interning programs that are available in your local area. But even if they're not, you don't have to let that stop you. You can go up to anyone you want, call or email them in a professional manner, and introduce yourself. Explain to them that you're hoping to understand what their job is like and that you'd like more information. Ask them if you could intern or shadow them for a day. Start small, and as you build that relationship, you can ask for more. I know, you're probably worried, thinking, they're not going to take me seriously, I'm young, and it's very intimidating. But that's precisely why they might say yes. Your boldness and professionalism might be the thing that makes them really impressed, and they'll say, you know what, this kid's going somewhere, I got to give them a shot. I can tell you, when I was in high school, I was with some friends and we passed by MTV Studios, and we had some questions about like what it's like to work there and how do they put together a show. And I remember we walked into the lobby, and of course you can't just walk into MTV Studios, there's a security guard, and so he's standing there and we just came unannounced. I don't recommend that, but we came in unannounced, and so we start asking him, you know, can we go upstairs, can we see someone, we have some questions. And he's like, no, you don't have an appointment. We're just standing there, and we're like really persistent. We continue asking questions. Well, lo and behold, a guy comes down the elevator. He sees us standing there talking to security, and he's like, oh, what's going on over here? And we tell him, we just had some questions. We want to learn more about what it's like to work at MTV and how shows are put together. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I was leaving, but you know what? Why don't you come back up with me to my office, and I'll spend a few minutes with you. And he totally did. We went up to his office. We sat down. He answered our questions, told us a bit about his career and what that's been like for him, what he does at the company, and then he even allowed us to go in and watch a live taping of TRL. I don't recommend that you just go and pop up at places of business and ask if you can see someone, but I share this story to say that sometimes if you're persistent and you just ask, amazing things could happen. Most people probably would have thought there's no way you could just walk up and ask, so they don't. And because they don't ask, they never got a yes. But sometimes if you're bold enough to ask, you just might get that yes you're looking for. The more you get to know yourself and explore the world around you, the closer you'll get to picking a career. But don't get rigid with your plans. Always remember it's an evolving process. You'll change your mind about some parts. You'll make some tweaks to your plans. You'll branch out in different areas as you learn more about yourself and your career field. So that's enough info for you to take your next step this week. Take an assessment to get to know yourself. Sign up for the next opportunity to explore. Join a group that will help you get to know yourself in the midst of others and learn some new skills. And explore careers. If you're already doing any of those, or you're ready and going to do one of those, give this video a thumbs up. And remember, you don't have to have it all together today. Life is a journey and I'm here with you. So click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time a video is posted to help you take your next step. And of course, don't forget, friends don't let friends drive drunk or stress out about the future. So if you know someone who should see this, share. And if you believe in a higher power, you can take it a step further. You can get to know yourself in the realm of the universe. You can get to know God and how He looks at you too. He knows everything about you and likes you. This will raise your self-esteem into the cosmos once you realize that you're loved unconditionally and that you're considered special not because of anything that you do, but simply because you're His masterpiece, if you have the faith to believe that.